Hello everyone, and welcome to our delicious journey through time. Today we're bringing you 20 classic vintage dessert recipes that are easy to make, yet pack plenty of nostalgic charm. Remember those delightful treats Grandma used to make? We're recreating those cherished flavors. These retro treats span from simple pies and cakes to unique puddings and custards, bringing a little old-fashioned sweetness into your kitchen. So, gather your ingredients, put on your aprons, and let's get baking. Our first stop takes us to a comforting classic bread pudding, transforming simple ingredients into pure deliciousness. Start with day-old bread cut into cubes. Blend eggs, milk, sugar, and vanilla for the custard. Soak the bread cubes in this creamy mixture. Bake until golden brown with a soft center and crisp edges. Next up is a true showstopper, pineapple upside-down cake. This delightful cake starts with a caramelized dream of pineapple rings and cherries, glistening invitingly at the bottom of the pan. The aroma of melting butter and brown sugar as they caramelize is simply irresistible. Then comes the cake batter, a simple yet buttery mixture that bakes to a beautiful golden hue. And the best part? The grand reveal when you flip the cake over, showcasing the beautiful caramelized topping. Let's turn our attention to a dessert that's all about comfort and simplicity, rice pudding. Made with just a handful of pantry staples, this dish shows that the most delicious things are often the least complicated. Start with milk, simmered with sugar and a pinch of salt. Add short grain rice for a creamy texture. Finish with cinnamon or vanilla for extra flavor. Chapter 4. Ambrosia Salad, a symphony of textures and flavors. Get ready for a taste of nostalgia with Ambrosia Salad, a delightful dessert that's as much a treat for the eyes as it is for the palate. We begin with the fluffiest whipped cream, light and airy. To this we gently fold in sweet miniature marshmallows, adding a delightful chewiness. Then come the juicy bursts of flavor from canned fruit, cocktail peaches, pears, pineapple, cherries, each bite a delightful surprise. Chapter 5. Lemon bars, a perfect balance of sweet and tart. Prepare to pucker up with these delightful lemon bars, balancing sweet and tart flavors. The base is a buttery shortbread crust, perfect for the tangy lemon filling. Whisk together lemon juice, zest, eggs and sugar for a vibrant filling. Pour over the crust and bake until set. The result? A perfectly tangy and sweet treat. Chapter 6. Jell-O mold, a blast from the past. Get ready for a blast from the past with Jell-O mold. This retro dessert is all about vibrant colors and playful shapes. The flavor and color combinations are endless. Start by dissolving Jell-O in boiling water, then whisk in cold water. Add fruits for bursts of flavor and color. Let's travel down south for a taste of true southern hospitality with banana pudding, a dessert that's as comforting as a warm hug. This layered delight is a symphony of textures and flavors. We begin with a layer of crisp vanilla wafers, their delicate sweetness the perfect foil to the creamy pudding and ripe bananas. And to top it all off, a generous cloud of freshly whipped cream. There's something truly magical about the simple pleasure of a smooth, creamy chocolate pudding. This recipe takes us back to basics, crafting a pudding that's rich, decadent, and utterly irresistible. We'll be using real cocoa powder for this recipe, ensuring a deep, intense chocolate flavor. Milk is slowly warmed and then whisked into the cocoa mixture, creating a luscious base for our pudding. A touch of vanilla extract rounds out the flavor, creating a pudding that's both comforting and sophisticated. Strawberry shortcake is a celebration of summer, bursting with fresh berries and the aroma of freshly baked shortcake. We'll start with tender, buttery biscuits that are soft and fluffy inside, using the freshest, ripest berries enhanced by a sprinkle of sugar. A dollop of freshly whipped cream adds lightness and indulgence. The key is balancing flavors and textures. Let's delve into the warm, comforting world of butterscotch pudding, a dessert that's all about rich caramelized flavors and a silky smooth texture. The star ingredient here is brown sugar, which lends its unique depth and complexity to this classic pudding. We'll be melting the brown sugar with butter, creating a caramel that forms the base of our butterscotch flavour. Milk is slowly incorporated, transforming the caramel into a luscious pudding. As it simmers gently on the stovetop, the pudding thickens, its aroma filling the kitchen with the irresistible scent of butterscotch. There's nothing quite like a warm bowl of apple crisp on a crisp autumn day. Tender cinnamon-spiced apples with a buttery, crumbly topping. Peel, core and slice the apples. Toss with sugar, cinnamon and nutmeg. Combine flour, oats, brown sugar and butter. Work into a coarse crumble. Get ready for a taste of rustic charm with this blackberry cobbler, bursting with sweet and tart flavours. Cobbler is all about simplicity, letting the natural flavours shine. We start with fresh blackberries, enhanced by sugar and lemon juice. Topped with a simple batter, it bakes up golden brown and crispy, a delightful contrast of textures and flavours. Chapter 13. Coconut Cream Pie, a taste of the tropics. Let's escape to a tropical paradise with this coconut cream pie, a dessert that's all about creamy coconut goodness and a satisfyingly flaky crust. For the coconut cream, we'll be simmering together coconut milk, sugar, eggs and cornstarch, creating a thick and creamy custard. Shredded coconut is added for extra texture and flavour, infusing every bite with a taste of the tropics. Once cooled, the filling is poured into the crust and chilled until set. Chapter 14. Molasses cookies, chewy, spicy and full of flavour. Get ready for a taste of nostalgia with these molasses cookies, chewy, spicy and bursting with flavour. These cookies are all about the rich, complex flavours of molasses, enhanced by warming spices like ginger, cinnamon and cloves. We'll begin by creaming together butter and sugar, creating a light and fluffy base for our cookies. Molasses is then added, its deep caramel-like flavour infusing the dough. The dough is then rolled into balls, dipped in sugar and baked until perfectly chewy. Chapter 15. Cream puffs, light, airy and oh so elegant. Indulge in the elegance of cream puffs, delicate pastries that are light, airy and simply irresistible. These little puffs of pastry dough, known as choux pastry, are surprisingly easy to make. We'll start by bringing water, butter and salt to a boil on the stovetop. Once the butter is melted, we'll add flour all at once, stirring vigorously to create a smooth dough. Using a piping bag, we'll pipe small mounds of dough onto a baking sheet and bake until golden brown and puffed up. Chapter 16. Peach Melba, a classic dessert with elegant flair. Peach Melba marries poached peaches, raspberry sauce and vanilla ice cream. Poach ripe peaches in vanilla-infused syrup. Create a tart raspberry sauce. Add creamy vanilla ice cream for a refreshing finish. Chapter 17. Chocolate lava cakes. Indulge in molten chocolate heaven. Prepare for a chocolate lover's dream with these chocolate lava cakes, individual molten chocolate cakes with a hidden surprise inside. We'll begin by melting together dark chocolate and butter, creating a rich and decadent base. Once melted and smooth, we'll whisk in sugar, eggs and a touch of flour, creating a batter that's both rich and airy. We'll bake the cakes until the edges are set and the centre is still molten. No dessert spread is complete without a batch of homemade fudge, a classic treat that's rich, chocolatey and simply irresistible. Making fudge is easier than you might think, and the results are far superior to anything you can buy in a store. We'll begin by combining sugar, butter and milk in a saucepan, bringing the mixture to a boil. Once the fudge reaches the desired temperature, we'll remove it from the heat and stir in chocolate chips, vanilla extract and any additional mix-ins like nuts or dried fruit. Let's end our dessert journey with a touch of French elegance with this cherry clafoutis, a rustic yet sophisticated dessert. Clafoutis is a baked French dessert featuring cherries in a buttered dish covered with a pancake-like batter. As it bakes, the batter puffs up around the cherries, creating a beautiful and rustic dessert. Let's end on a classic note with vanilla custard, a dessert that's simple, smooth and utterly delicious. Serve it plain, top with fresh berries, or use as a pie filling. We'll use real vanilla bean for a rich, complex flavour. Whisk in sugar and heat gently on the stovetop. We hope you enjoyed this sweet trip down memory lane. These 20 classic vintage dessert recipes are not only delicious but also incredibly easy to make, allowing you to recreate the heartwarming flavours of yesteryear in your own kitchen. Try out these recipes and bring a touch of vintage charm to your next gathering. Your friends and family will be transported back in time with every delicious bite. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more delicious content.